Hey guys, how are you today? We are back. As y'all always know, we are back. I am so excited about this topic we're going to talk about. I had a young lady come onto my post and she was like, Belize, you talk about some good stuff, but you're missing out something I would really love for you to hear. So I told her before the week is out that I was going to do a post. So, hey girl, hey. So this is the post that you asked for. I want you guys to know that if you have a topic that you want me to talk about, that I will talk about that topic. I will make sure through in that week that I will get to my computer, sit down and do that video for you, because many of you guys have many different topics depending on your situation, and I would love to offer that to you, because at the end of the day, if it's you, it is somebody else. So as y'all know, I am Belize Spivey. I am the STD Life Coach. I serve African American women living with herpes. I help them overcome the stigma. So if that's you, I'm here to serve you. As I always tell you guys, if you're another culture, another race, another whatever you want to call yourself, then at the end of the day, if you connect with me, let me serve you. And the best way for me to serve you is to set up a one-on-one session with me at bit/I-have-it. And that information is below. So you see that? Make sure you set up a session with me. If you got a quick question you want to know, I'll let you guys ask 2 questions through my email, which is overcomingthestigma@gmail.com. Y'all hear Junebug. But overcomingthestigma@gmail.com, and you only get 2 questions there. But if you have way more than 2 questions, make sure you set up a one-on-one session with me. So, like I said, the topic here, over 30, divorced, widowed, and herpes disclosure. This is going to be good. Make sure you stay tuned if this is going to apply to you. Alright guys, we are back. We are back. Now you're going to hear a little coughing and stuff like that because I'm in here with Junior. He is asleep right now. That's my baby boy. And he's just not feeling that well right now. So you're going to hear him coughing, but don't let that distract you from the good information that you're going to hear. Okay? So for my individuals who are over 30 or over 30, for my individuals who are divorced, which I am divorced, widowed as well. If you have contracted the virus, just contracted the virus, or if you contracted the virus in your relationship, a long-term relationship you're in, I know you're probably wondering, like, I'm real grown now. I've been in a long-term relationship. I end up getting in a relationship. I find out in that relationship, and I'm having a hard time getting back into the dating scene. Number one, it's different. It is not the same anymore. Guys on a different level, girls on a different level. Things are just changed, and I don't know how to get back out here, because when I found this out, I was in the relationship and I didn't have those type of issues, or we were able to move past things, but it just didn't work out, or he passed away, or something just happened where, we just had things just happen. And I'm here now that I'm single and I have herpes. I don't know what to do. Or simply for my other individuals who are over 30, and you just find out you have herpes. You're like, I don't did all of this in my life, and now I got an STD. Oh no, I ain't got time for this. It's just too much for me. I don't even like telling my people my business anyway, and I know how people get down. So I don't know what to do. So I'm going to talk to all of y'all. So we're going to start from individuals who are over 30 and just found that they have herpes. Okay. For you individuals, I know this is difficult because you have skated. You don't came up out your 30s. You don't came up out your 20s. You don't went to college. You don't went through all of that, and you was able to skate not having an STD. So now at this point, you're feeling like, I am grown. I should know better. And I'm going to tell you something. Sadly, say you don't know better, because half of you guys, parents, let's be honest, most of the people who are in 30 or over 30, parents really did not talk much about STDs. Many are blessed. I'm going to say some are blessed, but many parents did not say much. The most they said is don't do it, or don't bring no babies, or make sure you use protection. So a lot of parents did not know much about STDs, so that kind of puts you puts you on the spectrum at 100%, almost at 100% of getting a STD sometimes, because your parent did not know. Yes, condoms are great. Yes, testing is 100, but at the end of the day, without knowledge, you are at 100% risk of getting an STD, because at the end of the day, the knowledge is way more. The knowledge is the first beginning piece of protecting yourself. But I know it's hard on you, because it's like, I don't did good this far, and now it's happening. And I know my life is going to change, because look, at this point, if I'm over 30 and I'm not in a relationship, I'm feeling some type of way anyway. So I want to tell you this, kill the 30 thing. Like, at the end of the day, I understand you're over a certain age. It doesn't change that love love is not available to you. Yes, it is harder. Yes, it is, dealing with the change of how men function and how females function is different. But I'm telling you, it's somebody out there who think like you and looking for you. But you got to get on back out here, date some, get through some bull crap with some people, cut folks off, put your foot down, tell them I ain't about that life, and set your boundaries to realize, I'm just going to have to go through the flow to find what I'm looking for. So I do not want you to quit just because you find out you have herpes, but I want you to understand, don't blame yourself, because the lack of information is really the big issue, especially when my individuals who are over 30. That is one of the biggest issues I have with many of my clients. Most of my clients are over 30 years old that I work with. And they have this same struggle. I'm at a certain age and it's not fair. Men and women, they're like, man, now I know I'm not going to find nobody. And that's not true. I have women who are in successful relationships now, getting married now, things of that nature. And I work with them one-on-one to get them to that point. So if you see fit and you want me to work with you, then I will. Because I know how difficult it be to try to kind of turn that I'm over a certain age off and feeling like it's your fault, because I'm real grown. I got a career. I pay my car notes. I pay my bills, by then. This place, a lot of you guys are in homes and things like that. So you're like, I'm in a place in my life that I am responsible, and this is one place I cannot believe that I wasn't responsible. Stop blaming yourself. It's not fully your fault, because at the end of the day, if your parent didn't tell you and your doctor didn't tell you, who was going to tell you? Truthfully told, who was going to tell you? You know about gonorrhea, you know about chlamydia, you know about HIV, you know about those things. So you knew what you thought. That's all you need to know. But a lot of you guys would never known about herpes because you just wouldn't. If your doctor didn't bring it up to you, which I know you ladies or guys are making sure y'all going to the doctors and getting tested. If they didn't tell you that it wasn't including the STD testing, you wouldn't know. And for my individuals who just found out, you're looking at your doctor like, woman, I don't been here this long and you ain't never tell me this wasn't included in the test. Now you pissed. Now I know you're looking in your test results like, I cannot believe this chick did not tell me, or this guy did not tell me the whole time I hadn't been tested. So I understand the frustration, I understand the anger that you have, but I want you to know, most of the time they do not test because the blood tests are not accurate. That's one of the main reasons why they're not saying it. And I know it's like, that's not good enough. And I know it's not good enough, but that is one of the main reasons. The test results go up and down. And at that, they believe, so many people are going to get it or they're not going to change. So we're not going to really do much about it. And it's not life-threatening, at this given moment. It's nothing that's causing to confirm that it's going to cause long-term issues. But I know that you don't really want to hear that after finding out you have this virus and you're looking at your life like, how am I going to live and have a romantic relationship after this crap? And I'm going to tell you, it's very possible, because like I said, I don't help many women do it, but you're going to have to stop being so hard on yourself, and you're going to have to see the bigger picture. You're going to have to see bigger picture. Stop looking at just the herpes alone. Look at the bigger picture and just understand that the type of woman that you are, or the type of man that you are, and that you're going to just have to take time to weed people out, which you have to do anyway when you get to a certain age, but you have to just take your time to get to know that person and don't feel like you have to jump ship to tell. So let's get into the disclosure piece. When it comes to disclosing, you don't have to jump off the deep end. Number one, when you get over a certain age, things are just different. You're not doing the same things. You're not moving as fast as you typically will. If you looked at any of my other videos, you're probably thinking like, okay, Belize, that doesn't work for me because I need to take some time to get to know a person. Then you do that. You take your time to get to know that person, but just know when the opportunity is given to you to take it. Now, that's one thing y'all need to do, is make sure when the opportunity is given to you to take it, and don't be intimate at all. I'm a strong believer. Don't even kiss a person until you know where it's going. Like, a lot of us play the field. We be sticking our foot in and out, and then you kind of feeling bad, like, now I gotta disclose. Just don't do anything. Don't set boundaries. I ain't gonna be kissing you like that. Don't be trying to sneak in for a kiss. Don't be trying to do that. I want to get a feel for you and where you stand. I feel like this is also a good tip for anyone who's over 30 and up in age, or even younger, to just not begin intimate with a person. Intimacy is anything pertaining to building extra feelings, especially with physical touch. I wouldn't suggest doing any of that until y'all know where y'all going. Don't be wasting your time doing any of that, especially if you're looking for a relationship. Now, you into casual sex, that's a whole nother thing, but I still wouldn't suggest you doing any of that until y'all both are on the same page pertaining to if this is just casual sex. I don't want you thinking it's casual and he thinking he getting a girlfriend or getting a wife. You just need to make sure y'all know what you're saying. So, With that being said, it's just important to make sure you're talking to this person. Set your boundaries early, letting them know, like, look, this is not what I'm about. I'm going to give you some, I want to get some time to get to know you. You know, that may take a month, that may make 2 months or 3 months, but I want to make sure we are on the same page before we become intimate. That's something you can say in the first time talking to them, to let them know, look, I'm not doing all that until I get to know you. So then you feel good to say, okay, if I waited 3 months to tell him my status, at least I told him I wasn't being intimate, and I want to make sure we was on the same page. So now you set a ground rule. I'm a strong believer of say it up front so they don't feel like you try to trick them or lie to them or anything in the back end. So this is what I would suggest you do, is say it on the front end. Set a boundary saying, you know, until we get to know each other, I'm not doing too much of anything. You know, so when you do decide to disclose, that it's very clear that I did this for a reason. Okay. So let's go on to my individuals who are divorced. I am in that category of being a divorced woman. It's very difficult after being with somebody. I had been with him for 5 years. Yeah, 5 years, and was married for 4. So it was hard. Like when I found out I had herpes, and this is for my individuals who, I talked to my individuals who have just finding out. Like, same. Everything for the person just trying. I kind of like summed y'all up. Look. Okay, so my individuals who just divorced. Typically, we went into the relationship and that person knew we had the virus. So I'm going to talk to you guys. So if you got into a relationship, met the guy, end up getting it from him, or end up finding out you had it in a relationship, you got comfortable. You realize I ain't got to worry about any of that, you know, worrying about telling somebody, all that stuff. Y'all got comfortable. Y'all started having sex. Nothing was different. Life was normal. Now that you're coming out, you got shocked. You in shock mode. You thinking like, oh my God, I can't believe I have herpes. You're starting back to where you first started when you found out. Because at the end of the day, you did not have to have those words because you were in a relationship at that given time, or found out in a relationship and y'all were able to get kind of like work out the kinks that you didn't have to worry about it. So now you're back in the beginning. This is how you really feel when you're single and find out to get the virus. You are at that state. So you got to give yourself time and just realize, oh my God, I don't had it for this long and I feel like this. Yeah, you're going to feel like that because you ain't never been single with herpes. That's just your reality. You haven't been single with herpes, so you don't know. So now you're dealing with the shock mode. Allow yourself to go through shock mode. Allow yourself to be re-educated about the virus. Let yourself understand at the end of the day, yes, I was in a relationship. I had somebody accept me. It ain't going to change. If you had him accept you, even if he gave it to you or did not give it to you, whatever, the situations are different. That if somebody was willing to stay with you with the virus, because even if he had herpes, he didn't have to stay with you. I don't care if he even gave it to you. He didn't have to stay with you. So at the end of the day, you just have to understand, if I had him that long and we were able to work stuff out, or she was, you know, we was together and we was able to work it out, then it's still possible that I find somebody else. So for you, you know, disclosing is going to be a little difficult for you. I wouldn't rush you anyway because you just got out of a relationship. I would tell you to make sure you're healed. Make sure you over all of that, you know, get everything situated. If y'all have children, get to a point where y'all co-parenting and doing whatever you need to do before you introduce somebody else into a relationship, because dealing with an ex can be very nasty if y'all still haven't got over each other. So I would say do that first, and then after you do that, just get to a point where you realize, like, I have to go through the process. So the same thing I told to my 30s, you do the same thing. You're going to end up attracting other dudes who are divorced, or girls who are divorced anyway. I don't know. It just seemed like you end up running to people who've been married before. And you will have a conversation. You know, I was in my marriage. This is what happened in my marriage. And, we came out in marriage, and this is what, you know, this is me now. And they're going to be a little bit more acceptable because everybody know bad things can come out of marriages sometimes, you know, being broke, bankruptcies, you know, car repos, is, you know, so much stuff, children, so much stuff, and that children not bad, but I'm just saying at the end of the day, so much can come out of it so they can completely understand, okay, you were married for this amount of time, this happened, whatever. So my whole thing for you guys is really about, it's not even disclosing for you, it's just telling you what happened and how you even got to this point, and for them to be accepting or not for you. And let me go back a little bit for my people who are 30. When it comes to you disclosing, it's important for you to just say, you know what, I found out I had this virus coming out of a relationship. Typically that happened, or I had casual sex. It's just important to tell the story. Tell the story and go from there. But for you guys, most importantly, you're going to want to make sure, you know, you let them know ahead of time, you know, kind of where y'all stand before you disclose. And when you disclose and say, hey, I want to share something with you. No hating. I want to share something with you. And with me sharing this with you, this and this and this and this happened. And tell them, hey, I end up finding I have herpes. and then kind of let them determine if they're going to be in and out and answer any questions that they may have. Same thing for my individuals who are divorced. Same thing you're going to have to do as well. Tell them exactly how you came out your marriage, and what happened in your marriage. So this is a great time when y'all talking to each other. Now, you don't have to tell right off, but honestly, when you're in a divorce state, you ain't got no time. You don't even think about all that. It's like, look, let me jump right in and tell you what I need to tell you, because I ain't got no games. I've been divorced before. I ain't trying to be with 1,001 people. I'm trying to find what I'm looking for. People who are divorced are a little bit more cutthroat with situations, because it's like you've been through a hurt relationship. You know, you just want to find the right person. Now, if you're not that type of person, then you need to just make some. Same thing I told to my individuals 30, you can take the same situation. Get to know them, let them know I'm not in a rush for anything. I want to get a feel for you before I even be intimate with you. Okay, you can use that same dialogue or same situation for you. All right, let's go to my individuals who are widows. This is really hard for you guys, because at the end of the day, you lost your mate all of a sudden, or they just got sick. So that makes it hard. I will tell you, make sure you're at a place where, you know, you accept that your partner is gone and that you're ready to get back out here. I wouldn't suggest you jump on back out here, but if you lost a mate, you need to take time to heal. You need to get some counseling, you know, coping skills, things like that. Get to a place where you got to understand that, you know, you just didn't divorce. You just didn't break up. No, your partner lost their lives, and that's the reason why you're not with them. And in your heart, you're still with them. So just make sure, you know, you even want to make the decision to get back out here again. I know individuals who have lost partners, and it's been hard, where they messed around, you know, found the wrong people or something like that, because they're still trying to compare their old partner with their current husband or deceased husband or deceased wife to this new person. I'm sorry, you're not going to find the same things in them. Now, you can find same characteristics, but you just got to understand they're just not going to be that person. And that's going to be hard, because that's the person you love. That's the person you know. That's the person who helps you become who you are. But you got to go out here not looking for a replica of your ex-husband or ex-wife. You have to go out here looking for somebody who's going to feel who you are today and build who you are today, not who they built up to that point. So this person got to help you move forward in your life, not help you relive the life you already had. Okay, so make sure you're in a good place, and the same for you. You know, making sure you really taking your time. I wouldn't suggest you guys rush. Take your time. I don't really care how long you have to take, but I would say in that process, you make sure there is no intimacy involved. Period. Okay, because at the end of the day, you want to make sure you're in a good place before you even let that person into your personal space, and also telling them your disclosure, because I don't know if you may got it from your husband, or, you know, you end up, just say, you know, you got to a point where you did want to get it and you end up getting it from that guy. You still tell the same story. You share your story pertaining to how you end up finding out you get the virus, and then you'll go from there with answering questions and see where that person stands. So I hope this helped you guys to understand, like, it's really not about the disclosure piece. It's really about where you stand mentally with yourself, because for my individual over 30, y'all are just super hard on yourselves anyway, because I'm about to turn 30, but I dealt with that at 28. Hard. I dealt with myself there, because I said when I get to 30, I want to just live my best life and not worry about living up to this standard. But I understand the pressure. I felt it a lot at 28. At 20, I'm 29 now. I kind of been hard on myself too, but now the closer I get to my 30s, which is July 27th, I'm happy where I am, because I really did a lot of work. I try to, like, make sure my mental state was good and start working on my credit and all this other stuff. So I started really trying to focus on living in my purpose going into my 30s. I knew going in my 30s I wasn't going to work for nobody. So I ended up quitting my job early. And when I was 29, well, I was 28, going to 29, I quit my job early, and I never went back since then. So I kind of prepped myself and started doing the work before I even got to my 30s. So I kind of got myself mentally prepared and kind of let myself freak out before I got to 30. I didn't want to get to 30 and kind of like have this mental crisis. For my individuals who are in the midst of that crisis, I need you to stop and breathe and plan and decide to do what you need to do. Okay, I understand you want a relationship. I know you want love, but at the end of the day, if you are a mental mess, you're an emotional mess, you're no good for a relationship. Okay, that's even for my individuals who are divorced. That's even for my individuals who are widows. Make sure you're in a good place. Make sure you're in a good place, because you're not in a good place, you're no good to nobody. Nobody's gonna have to fight through you feeling like your life ain't where it is. Nobody have to fight through that you still mad at your ex-husband or ex-wife, and nobody have to even deal with the fact that you lost a partner. And I know you may be like, well, Belize, that's not sensitive. But yeah, it's not sensitive, but honestly, nobody have to do that work with you. That's your job. You have to focus on you getting that work together before you get a person in. And I'm not saying they're not going to still be supportive and help you through your hard days and things like that. But honestly, if you're single right now, it's no business that somebody have to help you through this. It's nobody business to do this. You got time. You got opportunity. Take it. I'm just being honest with you. But a lot of us as women, I'm going to speak, or men, want to get in a relationship to get somebody to help you. Nobody got to help you through your exes. Nobody have to help you through that. Not even somebody to help you with your deceased husband. That's something you're going to have to do. Because honestly, nobody's going to be able to deal with that, because they don't even know this other person you were just with. They don't know them. They don't even know their side of the story. So you could be lying for all they know, and you just want them to hear your side. So my whole thing is, don't get them involved with that. Let them help you and give them the tips to help you manage it. But at the end of the day, it's not their job. And I don't really want y'all thinking it is, because it's not. So really get yourself in a good place where you know you're ready to date. And understand, yes, dating is different now. But at the end of the day, that doesn't change the fact that you can find what you're looking for. You can find what you're looking for. You just got to be patient. When you want something good, you wait on it. Sometimes it's hard. Rejection ain't going to kill you. Rejection ain't gonna kill you. Okay, I'm gonna say this again. Rejection ain't gonna kill you. Stop acting like it will. It will not kill you. I have met many women over 30, divorced or widows, who struggle with struggle, number one, with depression, but also struggle with rejection. Ladies, men, please stop it. And depression is different because depending on your situation. Learn some coping skills. I'm gonna tell you that. Go to some therapy. But most importantly, in your therapy, they're going to teach you how to cope. And please use the coping skills. And if you're on medicine, please take the medicine. And if you ain't going to take the medicine, then do the coping skills. Like, it's just not going to go away. You got to learn how to manage it and manage it well. Because it's nobody's job to manage your depression. It's nobody's job to manage your anxiety. It's nobody's job to help you heal. It's your job. Do the work. Especially if you got professional help. Do the work. And they're just going to assist what you're already doing. And support you and encourage you to keep going even at your lowest. But their job is not to get in like that with you. You can do that on your own, especially if you're single. Don't go into a relationship broken. And then your relationship become broken because you broken. And you start breaking the other person down. It's not fair to them. They have to come in this relationship and try to fix you and get you together so you can be the perfect mate to them. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. So make sure wherever you are right now, and if you don't like where you are, that you start doing the work to do it. Like you said, you know, you ladies are and guys are very, very grown. Let's be honest. You're grown. You have made decisions. You don't make mistakes and things like that. So you're thinking like, I'm responsible. So if you're going to be responsible for your mental health. Be responsible for your mental health. Be responsible for your spiritual health. Be responsible. Be responsible now. And make sure you're doing what you need to do to make sure you're going to be in a good space to date again. Because if you're not in a good space, herpes is going to be the main thing on your mind. And you're going to go crazy. You're going to go crazy. So overall, make sure you're in a good place. Make sure you're in a good place. And make sure you re-educate yourself about this virus. Make sure you are very aware about your body too. Make sure you're clear of what you even looking for and you even want. Not because you just want somebody to accept you. No. You want somebody who's going to be very involved in your life. And if you have children, you know, you got things going on, you want to make sure they are good fit for your life. And if they're not, or you're not sure what that is, then what you looking for somebody for? You need to make sure you're in a good place and make sure you know what you want. At this place you're grown, you should have an idea of what you're looking for. Honestly, ain't no idea. You should have got door and know what you're looking for. And if you don't, you got to look at yourself and say, why I don't know what I want? Why do I don't know what I want? And I'm not, and I hope this don't make y'all feel any type of way, because I am 29. I am younger than you guys. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm meeting too many individuals who are over a certain age and they're not sure what they want in their lives. And it saddens me because I look up to a lot of those individuals. I'm looking like, why are you coming to me for advice and I'm younger than you? You know, so I really want whoever's watching this video, you know, I hope you didn't get offended in any way. But I want you to understand, if you're not happy with your life, you know at this place in your life you have a responsibility to make sure it's right. And you know the work you can do, and you have the resources now, being at your age or having the friends that you have now, that they can help you get there. and you can get the resources easily because you just know way more. You got way more wisdom. So there's no way that you should stay where you are with the type of wisdom that you have today. Because honestly, I know it's much y'all can say to me, being 20 something years old, girl, don't do that. Ooh, baby, don't do that. Don't talk to that type of man. You know, things like that, because you're way wide. You're wiser than me, and you can give me example. Give me counsel. So as the person counseling you at this point, I want y'all to make sure y'all in a good space. Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Make sure you're in good space. Know who you are and know what you want. And I'm telling you, disclosure, it's nerve-wracking, but at the end of the day, it's doable. It's doable. I don't help many women and men over 30 do it, and now they're in successful relationships. So if that's what you need, if you need a one-on-one, if you need coaching by me, boom, I help you. Go to bit/I-have-it, or you want to ask more questions, you got that 2-question situation you have at overcomingstigma@gmail.com, and I would love to assist you guys. I hope this helped. I hope this answered the young lady's question who posted on my video. I hope this assists you, and I'll be talking to you guys soon. You know where to find me. Make sure you get your ticket for Overcoming Gathering Conference Tour that's coming up at 7 cities. We already hit Atlanta. We're coming to Durham, North Carolina, and I'm going to have a special pop-up at the end of March for my people in South Carolina. So look out now. I'll be posting that within this next this upcoming week. So South Carolina, I'm coming to you, baby. Be ready, because I'm going to meet y'all at a special location. I'll have tickets available for that special location for you guys, and I'm going to give y'all little goodies and things like that. So I'm really excited about that quick pop-up that I will have at the end of this month. So there you go. I hope this helped. Love y'all. See you soon.